Season 6. We've been doing this for a few years now. BIGATRON Alpha facing off against the M6 World Champions in ONIC, Philippines.
We're gunning into the land of Dawn. We're right. Badang is actually playing in the wrong position. We'll see how this plays out because we've been talking about this Badang quite a bit. The first skill with a knockback with the mini stun is able to do so much, especially within the jungle. So ONIC Philippines needs to be a little bit more passive, but that leaves that top side in two tanky boys, someone that, you know, a little bit less mobile in terms of these teamfight engages, but this is a pro level match that we're talking about.
Checking out this matchup, Kirk and Luke. I wish it was a more action-packed matchup of XP lane, because that's what I was thinking Badang would go there. But again, this is Coach Etomax now at the helm. He knows their play better, and we'll see how it pays off. Check out the emblems here. I don't think there's anything out of the ordinary. More often you're seeing this super Prince build on mages in their emblems. Moreno now acknowledging the monster mage. Yeah.
The super can with the Weapon Master though, so taking down the jungles will be a little bit hard. Getting the cables out just in the nick of time before Brusco knocks him up, but in mid-side, Light taking a little bit too much damage. He will live to tell the tale another day. As ONIC Philippines looking to ramp up the aggression coming in.
Oh, look at that. I call that a TKO. Sending home Light just in time for him to recalibrate, recuperate. Now coming in, Super Ken. Again, I haven't seen this Fanny cross the river as much. Is it just me, or is BIGATRON Alpha still reading how much ONIC Page is letting them through?
I think they're getting a little bit more patient as the turtle's starting up. Looks like it's going to be going into the hands of King Kong for this one. No engage, no starting of the fights from BIGATRON Alpha. That's a lot of damage taken by Light itself. The spear will not land as Light gets to safety with a sliver, a pixel to bat.
You know what else did not happen? The use of the Retribution.
Oh, they're all coming in.
This orange.
There's 4 members coming in. Luke comes in, he jumps in with the AOG, but it's not enough. He's getting targeted right now. ONIC Philippines, they're trying to get what they can and get out, but the rest of BIGATRON Alpha, they're standing in the way. They're building a wall. They're pushing them away, keeping Super Ken's buff safe. They touch and they go. As ONIC Philippines, their aggression is showing in the second minute of the game.
See, this is the beauty of ONIC Philippines. They're so good at their mechanics. They understand exactly how much and what it takes to get the job done, that King Kong knows that he shouldn't have retried and forced the orange steal, because that would have been a great punish from BIGATRON Alpha, given that they are rocking again this early built Badang. The fact that you put it in Rome means he understands that he's just a CC machine.
Yeah, like, I want to add a point to that. ONIC Philippines is so mobile. Every single one of the heroes in ONIC Philippines, they're really high dashy heroes. They're able to just come in, do a little bit of damage, and get out just in the nick of time. You also have Kelra who can come in anywhere with SOD. So that's a very strong lineup in the early game for ONIC Philippines. But coming into the late game, we hyped up Badang a lot. But in this game, Badang doesn't really have a lot. But Super Can, no way to run or cable out as ONIC Philippines taking control of BIGATRON Alpha's jungle.
Kirk getting out of here. The jump from Luke.
The AOG knocks up 2, but it's not enough. Brusco tries to knock off the back line from getting into it, but Kirk gets taken down by Moreno. Brusco's next on the chopping block. Will be able to get out safe, but not for long as Luke is saying, no way, Jose.
That's the punish we're talking about. In tight spaces like that, if you give BIGATRON Alpha an inch, they will take a mile, and that'll help them score the second turtle of game number 1. ONIC PH, here's the beauty again of the space that they had, given how much BIGATRON Alpha committed to that punish. They know what the next step is. Luckily, for BTR, the next step is a slow step, because the third turtle, very important for both these teams. Look at how now ONIC has to recover. What that next step is, I reckon, is to play from long lane. We haven't really seen them visit the top lane as much, and that means it's now up to Eman and Kelra. Oh man, it's gonna have to come down to Eman and Kelra. Coming down to Eman and Kelra, where that power spike is gonna happen and who's gonna draw the first blood. Oh no!
Oh, that's yin yang reaction. Super Prince gets locked down by Luke with AOG, knocking up 1. Kirk is blocked by that. Whoa! That's the power of the Badang, but no damage is enough to take Kirk down. But for now, though, the power of Badang is coming into play. the stuns, the micro stuns, the perma stuns coming in from Light is coming to fruition. There's 3 and 2 for BIGATRON Alpha. A little bit economies away from ONIC Philippines, but it's starting to show. Their aggression is starting to ramp up as well to match that jungle aggression from ONIC Philippines. I just want to see how Super Ken is able to play around this Fanny, because it does look like 0-2-0. Not a very strong start.
So you see now how BIGATRON Alpha preempted that rotation up top. You see how they were ready to welcome ONIC PH when they weren't ready. And now I'm thinking Super Friends, you gotta protect Super Friends a little bit more. Yes, you are a frontline mage. Oh, nice
they
kick!
found Light. Won't be able to survive that one. Carol picks up that kill. SOD goes wide to Moreno. The diversion brings them out to harm's way. What a save from Super Friends coming in. They touch and they go. ONIC Philippines, they back out. But the power of ONIC Philippines is getting that Kelra. There's a specific playstyle that you want to have when you're playing around that Moskov. Moskov having a free farm on that long lane. You don't really need to join in that fight. Just farm up, keep pushing down turrets, getting that side split push, and getting the SOD to land, or hope that it lands. And it comes in for a team fight.
Big power spike here, that golden staff right now coming in. King Kong gets the turtle again. Turtle number 3, the red-headed beast taking it down. Now quick rotation, Kirk dropping it in, the jump from Luke.
A little bit too premature for the glorious pathway. Luke pops that Revitalize to keep himself alive just for a little bit. ONIC Philippines, they know their extent of their heroes. They know that it's a little bit too early to take this fight.
An ult for an ult. That is still the major objective scored by the M6 World Champions. And luckily, the pickup by BIGATRON Alpha. So the robots do have a trade. That top lane tier 1. Just in time for the lane swap. Kelra taken to it, making sure that the waves crashing through will not go in vain. And look at that. The teleportation, the diversion. Who do you bring? That's Light?
Oh, they don't know.
Company.
They don't know.
They don't. This is one of Light's favorite bushes, by the way.
Oh, they're going in. Super Ken starting to trade. He's getting knocked back, but in the middle of the games, okay, they don't want to take this one. Kelra still stuck in that bush. It's 1v1. They touch and they go. There's a drive-by. King Kong down the mid-side. Takes out Luke.
All right, so you could call that a failed rotation from BIGATRON Alpha. They tried. Again, if you have... Oh, look at that! The
there's a fist crack onto Super Friends. And a little bit more! The Super Ken takes him out the ball game and barely escapes death with the cables. And ONIC Philippines, they're scrambling. And this is a very dominant team coming in. And we undermine the power of BIGATRON Alpha. Coming to the game 4-4 in the 8-minute mark. This is the close to the late game of this series.
Yeah, we are ramping up. First Lord spawning in the upper quarter of the map. Tier 1 down bottom taken. So yeah, call it a failed rotation from BIGATRON Alpha, but they were just setting up. That pickoff right there in mid does definitely signal that BIGATRON Alpha's not done. Lord spawning already. And both teams, neither of them want to take this for free because mid lane tier 1 still standing. Is that a scramble in mid?
Yeah, there's a knock up and a push. The way of the dragon knocks Luke back. Will not be able to spy this one. The glorious pathway, they're hunkering on to Moreno, but it's not enough. The tower still stands strong enough to save BIGATRON Alpha from dealing more harm.
All right, so both teams respecting the space and the engagement range that the other will and should give up. But look at this. The mobility of one Moskov. BIGATRON Alpha has no choice but to send Super Ken. He's the only one really, besides Moreno, who's willing to give the diversion, that can take care of the Filipino Savage.
Yeah, it's a very, very risky play, sending in the Fanny away from that Lord, and now they're starting things up. Super Ken able to get that cables out of the way, just prepping for that Lord dance coming up.
Choros, you see now exactly what we mean by it's not just Kelra you're taking care of.
It is not.
The fact that King Kong has been playing this so slow, so well-paced, so deliberately, he's sitting at 2-0-2. If you check the gold rankings, I bet you he's at 1 or 2. Not to mention EXP, sitting at level 13 against Super Ken.
Skirmish up top side. Super Ken gets a half health. Diversion play goes up top. They want to surprise them from that back line. AOG goes on to cut off any escape routes. And Kirk soaking up so much damage, even with the glorious pathway. And Kirk taking everything. That's when he goes wide. No Kelra coming into the battle. And ONIC Philippines, no one spawning. A lot of damage coming through. Busco gets a little bit too deep in the Mon, showing that damage coming through. Super Friends, no way to run, no way to hide, but the knockup will keep them safe. As King Kong coming in, trying to chase down anyone, but on the bottom side, Kara just takes down that tier 3 on that bot side.
Ain't nobody watching the gold standard for the past 30 seconds. Churros, you were calling the action up top.
Can't see him.
No one saw him. No one paid attention. And look at this, King Kong walking away. Smooth as a Sigma, taking that Lord all over the map. ONIC PH getting wins.
The power of this Cho just putting himself in harm's way. Speaking of which, the Glorious Pathway slows everyone down, and Kirk delaying and buying as much time as possible for the Lord to march down that bot side, sound the horn, sound alarms, and sound the whistle.
Not to
It's a skirmish coming in.
The solo kill.
Yeah.
Kara solo killed Super again. Oh man, look at the synchronized wave. It's Super Ken, fresh trauma, he backed on top.
There's no way that Super Ken is able to take down Kara now. He's starting to be that monster gold standard, showing us what's what. Lord marching down, ONIC PH, shifting it to high gear. They want to take down at least all the 3. Oh, wait, back out the light with the dash out just in the nick of time to save himself.
Oh. All right, Glorious Pathway set in by Kirk. Mid lane's gonna crash, top lane the only one standing. Oh, ONIC PH, they smell blood.
They smell blood, but AOG knocks down Kirk, but it's the wrong one there. Super Friends with a strong windstorm to take Luke out of the ball game.
All right, 4-man defense. Luckily, BIGATRON Alpha still has Moreno. Good use of the yin-yang stacks, can push back ONIC PH, holding on. Light could catch a softie. Eman hasn't died, so I guess that is one light, no pun intended, one hope that BIGATRON Alpha can still defend.
Yeah. ONIC Philippines, they're coming in. Kirk taking a lot more damage. Glorious Pathway keeps himself safe for just a little bit, but it looks like a barren wasteland as ONIC Philippines pilgering in to BIGATRON Alpha's base. It's BIGATRON Alpha scrambling to defend and clear up the last of the minion waves. ONIC Philippines, they back off. They know what they came here for. No more T3s, but Super Friends in the chase. You don't see Kara there. He's going for the back line. Kara getting down low. Gets knocked down to 1. Fistback takes him out. And Moreno takes down that kill. AOG and onto the back line. They want to go for Super Friends next. They don't have Kara. They need to run for the hills. They're chasing it and strong. But BIGATRON Alpha, they touch and they go. It's a drive-by. Taking out Kara is the biggest saving grace for BTR.
Truth be told, not much of a shutdown goal there, but the fact is, Kelra put himself in a position where he can get punished, and BIGATRON Alpha made sure that that was not gonna stand. Former teammate in Etumax knew Kelra's tendencies. He knew that Kelra was willing to do that and taught his boys, hey, watch for these little bushes. Even as a Moskov ahead of the opponents, you can catch him there. So this should slow down ONIC's onslaught. This should slow down the 4K gold lead. Lord spawning in the lower quarter. BIGATRON Alpha now looking to Eman. Hey man, how long until the DHS? How long until, you know, whatever is going to supplement this trinity of the Hosclaws, Malefic God. Oh, there it is.
They're gonna win on nature.
He needs to defend against Kelra, so this is how much they respect the gold standard.
It's a very, very tough fight, but I think ONIC Philippines, what they want to do, they have very high mobility synergies coming in from the entirety of ONIC PH. Any one point of time, if BIGATRON Alpha leaves that long lane open, ONIC Philippines is going to take control of that, push in, and get that steal from that base. The Lord is just a bait as of this moment.
Yep, we've seen ONIC PH do this over and
Countless
over
times,
and
Neil.
over again. Oh, look, we're gonna dance. Oh, look, we're gonna dance. Psych, we're taking the game. So at 14 minutes, this is ripe for the taking. 3,000 gold. ONIC PH makes us look like 10K. So BIGATRON Alpha, luckily, they have the tools to address this type of chicanery, all right? They do have the Luyi, the diversion to send them back. Super Ken, very mobile. So we're seeing Super Ken here for the first time in a while, actually crossing the river. So he will slowly now open up the map for BIGATRON Alpha and allow for, I don't know if I'm gonna be as hopeful as to get a steal, but maybe a pickoff, a shutdown, and maybe, oh, what's this? Diversion into that small
The
bush.
third Lord gets reset. The concealed play from Brusco won't amount up to anything. Super Friends tries his best to reach that backside, but look who's at the back. Light wants to push it in. He gets onto Brusco. Lord in a 10th super kick. Steals the Lord away from under the hands of King Kong. And all the Philippines are scrambling. They want to fight for more. Iman goes down. But they're ramping up their tempo, they're ramping up the aggression, and Brusco trying to push Luke away. As Kelra, he's the only one coming in, striking Moreno, taking him to his grave, and Kelra takes it down. All of it stands away from them, and the base is the Lord in the way.
Ryan Churros, it happened again. They baited the Lord for a 4-man pickoff. They can't defend. They can't defend.
They have no one else. And ONIC Philippines showing us that dominant performance to kick off the series of the game between BTR and ONIC. What a show.
Husky, were you watching, Kelra?